On my left, and we'll work around. You got one? Come on up here.
I'm going to need your help.
No, you got 40 giraffe supporters out there. But there's 3 jackals hidden in the crowd, so watch that you don't. Okay. What is this person? Did you start with what this person says? That's a challenging thing to hear.
Yeah.
What did this person say?
This person said, this has nothing to do with me. Speak to your father. And this is my father's partner, not my mother.
This has nothing to do with me. Speak to your father.
Yeah, this is a woman I'd like to non-violently kill.
Well, now, if you know that, would somebody else like to do this role play? If you know already that you have that kind of anger toward a person, then we wouldn't even approach them until you first had gotten rid of all enemy images of the person. See? The kind of thinking, in other words, that makes you angry. While you still have that, you will create in that person the very thing that you're concerned about.
I think that's true. And so should I pick a different person, or should I work on that?
No, this is the perfect person
Okay.
to work on.
Okay.
Because our most ugly, aggravating jackal is our best guru. So we stand more to benefit, more to learn from those people whose beauty we cannot see than anybody else. They're our best teachers. So let's go to work, first of all, on anger. Let's see how to deal with anger. And we'll give everybody a chance to practice this, okay? So all of you, think of somebody at the moment who's behaving in a way that stimulates you in the way that she is stimulated by this person. You have nice aggressive fantasies toward that. And for those of you who have never been angry, you can't even imagine getting that angry, so that you can participate in this exercise, I'm going to give you the telephone number of my brother. Call him up, and within 5 minutes, you will be angry. Okay? Anybody need his number? I tease him about this all the time. I said, you know, you're famous all over the world. So if you get some strange calls, you'll know that people are wanting to get angry. Okay. Write the stimulus for your anger down. What did this person say or do that was a stimulus for your anger? And while they're writing that down, what is this person's stimulus? What has this person done that was a stimulus for your anger? No, we're going to start with you. What was this person's stimulus?
I haven't been allowed to see my father.
Yes, that's a diagnosis. I ask for a stimulus. That's the cause of your anger, that you interpret it that way. That she's not allowing you to see your father, and that's not right, and she has no right to keep you from him, and so forth. We're going to get to that next. That's the cause of your anger. What's the stimulus? What did she say?
She said, she pretty much said what I said. She said, this has nothing to do with me, speak to your father.
Okay. And that's the
She won't let me talk to her about it.
No, won't let me, that's a diagnosis. Yeah. So she has said, this has nothing to do with me, talk to your father. That's the stimulus, you see. So let's hear some other stimuli for the anger. What else have you written down?
You need to be criticized.
The person said, you need to be criticized. That's
I'm leaving and it's your fault.
I'm leaving and it's your fault. Yes? You never, da-da-da-da-da. And if you're a jackal, you'll remember one time 12 years ago you did. Just to prove that never is not accurate.
You always.
Same thing. But they said that, you always. Okay.
You're always angry.
You're always angry.
You're not listening.
You're not listening. Yes.
Talk when I'm trying to talk.
They talk when you're trying to talk. All of the things that you just said the other person can say can't make us angry. It just doesn't have the power to do that. Okay. So now I want you to write down the cause of the anger this way. When the person does this, I feel angry because. What is the cause of your anger? And let's have you answer the same thing. When this person says, this has nothing to do with me, you have to speak to your father. When this person says this, you feel angry because why?
I feel powerless, and I feel cut off from my father.
Not feel cut off. First, it's not your feeling of powerless that makes you angry. That's a separate feeling. You also feel powerless, you feel angry. But you interpret this person as cutting you off. So you have a violent image of this person. All the person said is, this has nothing to do with me. But you interpreted this as this person is cutting you off from your father. And that's what makes you angry. It's not this person. Yeah, I'm just doing my work. Yeah, so.
You want to know more?
No, that answered my question. I just want you to be conscious that this person isn't making you angry. It's that thought that makes you angry, that they are cutting you off from your father. Because I will bet you that that is associated in your thinking with the violent word, the violent SH word. I hate to say it out loud. They shouldn't cut you off from you. Do you believe that they shouldn't do that to you?
Absolutely.
Oh. See, it's the SH word that makes us angry. See, if we didn't have the SH word in our consciousness, we wouldn't have so much violence. But the SH word, that's why I don't like to say it out loud, see, because I think it creates great violence on our planet, the SH word. Because it's basically, in a sense, it's a handy abbreviation. Because the SH word basically means the other person is bad and deserving of punishment. See, it's all contained in that SH word. It's just an abbreviation since we use it so much and we have so much violence that we want to blame and so it's kind of an abbreviation. We don't even have to say it, it's implicit, you see. It goes with cutting me off from the family. And anybody will tell you, you shouldn't do that to a daughter. You shouldn't cut a daughter off from the father. Yes, what makes you angry when people talk when you're talking? What's the cause of your anger?
That they should give me a fair chance.
Yes, you have a double jackal in there. First of all, you're interpreting them as not being fair, not giving you a fair chance. And the double jackal is they shouldn't do that.
The reason I raised my hand a second ago, if somebody says to you, you should do da da da, if you want to empathize with them, do you ask them, do you think I should?
No, I don't. Remember what I said? Never hear what a jackal thinks, especially never hear the should word. Don't hear it. Don't go there. Life isn't fun when we join the person in their thinking. Go to their heart. There's no should in the heart. Of all the things never to hear coming from another person, it's you should. Especially someone in authority. I hope everybody in here has already got your children convinced of that. You tell your children, never hear what I say you should do. You've all told your children that, I'm sure you have. Yeah. Yes.
If I say that I need equality and financial support for our son, doesn't that imply a should?
No.
No?
No.
Maybe it's what I want to.
I think what you're saying is it's hard for you not to have that should in there because you have all kinds of thoughts about this rascal, such as what? What do you think about me for not giving you that support? In addition, that I should. What do you think about me that makes you so angry?
You're
Yes, yes,
You're selfish.
yes. She doesn't need help at this level. She was doing quite all right without your help.
He's buying the land and he should be.
What else? Anything else?
Shirking his duties.
Shirking his duties.
Neglecting his son.
Neglecting his son. And he's still alive? You haven't killed him yet with all of that going on inside? Man, you have good anger control. I've beaten people for less. Okay? Yeah, any one of those words, you see. But, you know, the problem is that you pay for those words. Every time you think that, you pay for it. If you want to read what I say, read about type A thinking and the effect that it has on heart disease. Type A thinking is, in the technical research in medicine, basically what I call jackal thinking. You know, irresponsible, shirking, this kind of thinking that makes us angry. High correlation. The more people think this way, the more the more heart disease. Because it's not only destructive to our spirit, it's also very destructive to our bodies. Because these are not natural feelings, you see. I'll show you what I mean by natural feelings. See, as in Daniel Goleman's book, Emotional Intelligence, when a need isn't getting met, it gives off energy, which we call feelings. The feelings tell us the need isn't getting met. They mobilize us for action, to get something done. So this wonderful energy gets channeled into need-serving action. See? So a dog gets hungry, and it doesn't just sit there and say, oh, wonderful, I'm hungry, you know. It starts to act for the purpose of getting some food. Any living phenomenon, this happens. The need, when it's not being met, needs an energy source, which is the feelings. But we human beings have had this trick played on us that I told you about earlier today. So the need isn't getting met, but we don't have a need consciousness. We've been educated not to be in touch with our needs, so we go to enemy images. He should. He's irresponsible. That's selfish. Shirking duties. We've had our head filled with thousands of these, you see. And when our head was filled this way, we are going to fill one of four feelings: depression, guilt, and shame, if we direct the judgment to ourselves. If I think I was irresponsible, I feel guilt, shame. If I think I'm a failure, depression. See? But if we direct it outward, anger. But notice what's happened. We're cut off from life. We're not really alive. We're not in touch with life. And then, what kind of energy does this give us? Punitive actions, not need-serving actions. We want to blame and punish this rascal. Yeah, there's a need down there and it isn't getting met, but we've lost connection with that. When we're up in our head judging the other person, all we want is to see that person suffer. Especially if we have the other dangerous word in our head along with the SH word, you see. So much of our violence comes from the SH word and the DE word. Deserve, yes, you see. Deserve. All you got to do is think somebody deserves something and, oh, you're violent. See? Think that because somebody does something, they deserve to be rewarded. Think that because somebody does something, they deserve to suffer. They deserve to be punished. Very dangerous word. And put those two together. He's doing what he shouldn't. He deserves to.